Oh. Okay, apparently this recording is going to be uploaded in 2 parts. I apologize. There was an encoding error and it stopped. Anyway. So it's going to be a vigilance. It's going to be a vigilance check.
Okay.
It is going to be 3 purple, and it's going to be upgraded by 1 red. So 1 red and 3 purple. 1 because it's pretty dark. One black because it's pretty dark. And other black because the trail is cold. Add another black because the person is nowhere near in sight. So in all, 2 purple, 1 red, and 2 black.
Okay. I'm going to be removing a black because of an expert tracker.
Good for you.
So 2 purple, 2
I
black.
I love it when we get to
and
use talents like
upgrade it
this. I really do.
And you said I'm upgrading this or no?
It's
Or
1
is it
red.
no,
It's 1
1
red,
red.
2 purple, 2 black.
And this can't be like perception.
Yeah, it can be perception. I'm okay with that. Vigilance would be your passive perception.
This
Stuff
is
that
me
you.
actively
Yes,
trying
so
to
it would be perception. I apologize.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna.
Man.
I'm not gonna tell you to take any more strain because you're already pretty taxed. But you get an idea of where the shot came from. You kind of look above and you kind of you kind of like almost with your hand try to figure out maybe where the shot came from. And you see a mountain range that if you were to do this assassination, that's where you would sit.
Yeah, because Cell is back into her wet work days and is like, okay.
So, like for you specifically, Cell, if you were to pull off this shot, if you were assigned to this, you give your best guess as to where you would set up to take this shot.
Okay. The only all-terrain stuff we got is Cider's bike, isn't it?
I mean, you can still fly.
True. Yeah, I would head back to the Kraken and take off and start heading up that way.
While they're doing that, I'd like to place a call to the bowman. Whether or not he picks up, it's up to you.
Yeah, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I hate it when my players are a little bit more clever than I am.
We're playing our characters.
Yeah, no kidding. The call does come through, and you see Bowman on a speeder bike.
Hello, Bowman.
What do you want, Tara? I'm still in the middle of the contract.
Oh, I'm aware, but I'm afraid that it's going to be much more difficult to get off planet than you'd originally thought.
And why is that?
Let's put it this way. You had a shuttle.
And here I thought we were friends.
We were.
Is there anything else I can help you with, Tara?
That depends. But for the moment, I'd wish you happy hunting, but I think we already know you already have. With that, she cuts communication.
And with that, it cuts off. What are you going to do now?
I'm opening a line to Cider and Cell and Maudie and being like, if you have any defenses on the Kraken, or you can move it, activate it. Bowman needs a way off planet. We have the only ship that's capable of it.
Would I have been already back at my ship at this point, or?
Actually, I'm gonna make this a roll because, well, Tara basically said, that we destroyed your ship. Good luck getting off. So now I have to make a really quick check. Give me a moment.
At least we know where he's going to head now.
Well, he doesn't even know where he's heading now, so give me a minute.
Apologize, DM.
Okay, he now knows where he's heading.
Hang on. Was that a slicing check or just a random, specific computers check?
That was just him checking our radar to see if there was anything on planet.
Valid. Same thing I would have done.
There's two damn ships on this planet, and they're both right over here.
Well, one of them doesn't fly.
There is one ship, and it's ours.
Yep.
Yes.
So, the thing is for him, so now I've got to plan this out because he was traveling back to his cave, and he's on a speeder bike, but Cell and everyone else is heading back to the Kraken on foot. Now you guys can walk there and probably make it faster, but Bowman is still going to be on a speeder bike. So now it's a little bit of an athletics versus piloting check to see if you guys show up at the same time, if you this will be interesting. So
I'll make the athletics check to try and get over there. What was it?
Well, it depends on who all is heading to the Kraken.
I'm heading to the Kraken now.
So
I feel like I was already on the Kraken because I was putting Cabal into the Bacta tank.
Well, you're right there.
Yeah, so that's not that far. It's me that's got to make the check.
Yes. So, Tara and Cell. For both of you, it's going to be a 2 purple athletics check. Again, a black because it is at night. And that really should be it for both of you.
Okay.
I'm going to roll a planetary piloting check for Bowman at 3 purple to see if he gets there before you two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would. Are you guys all right if I spend a Destiny point to upgrade mine?
Yeah, go
Do
for
what
it.
you gotta do.
Cool.
All right, here I go. Some spicy dice. Can I spend a Destiny point to turn that into a success?
Sure.
Everyone okay with that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Problem is, you're still not faster than the Bowman.
Oh yeah, I still would like to get there though.
Yeah.
Can I spend my 2 advantages to spot him on his way there?
Oh boy.
To be fair, speeder bikes are somewhat noisy in this universe.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. I'll put it this way, Cell. You hear him coming towards the Kraken.
Okay.
You hear the speeder bike. Zooming by. I won't say that you're because it is still a failure. I won't say that you're exactly in a great position to like take a shot at him or anything along that line, but you can hear him coming by. You can guess where he is by listening to the speeder bike go by.
Okay.
Cider,
What's up?
you're the only one that's like really on board the Kraken. Mod is taking care of the Hammerhead and all that good jazz. You're the only
He's
one
taking
that's really
care
on the
Caval.
yeah, on and of Caval. And you're the only one on the Kraken.
Mhm.
As you
I
pull
gave
up,
you piloting, didn't I?
Huh?
Didn't I? Like last season, I gave you piloting lessons.
That doesn't mean I know how to fly shit.
You know how
in
to
fact,
start it up at least.
in
we
fact, as I remember, I did not do very well on those piloting lessons.
that's
Keep
true.
him
Go
off
on,
the
Gio.
ship.
Go on, Gio.
Sorry.
It takes maybe about a minute for you to hear a speeder bike come up and slow down.
I walked down the gangplank to meet him, the loading ramp.
So he gets off the bike and he's just kind of walking, and you can see you can see this Wookiee for the first time. I will go ahead and put him in the adversaries list.
Might want to remove Apolox while you're there.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Is almost looks like a Wookiee or like an Ewok.
He's a
Little bigger.
Wookiee with a scope on his eye.
His mouth
see.
is very off center.
You know what? I pulled an image. Give me a break. He comes walking up, and he's got a translator on because he doesn't speak basic. He comes up. Well, shit. I guess I
Howdy.
hit the wrong target.
Aiming for me.
I was aiming for one of the three of you.
Oh well, you're some kind of hunter.
Well, they call me the Bowman, and I'm going to make you a very simple offer. If you get off the ship and you give me the Kraken, I promise the contract ends here. As far as my provider knows, contract's been filled and you never have to see me again.
So you shot one of my friends, and you want me to just let you go?
It's either that or I force you off of it, sonny boy. I'm giving you an option.
Can I, Gio? How can I like do like a little once over, like a little sizing up kind of thing to see like weapons, armor, anything that's like immediately visible to the eye?
You can make a perception check and, kind of look him over.
Cool.
2 purple. It's just one of those things you're kind of do it in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah, basically. All right, so 2 purple perception check.
Yes.
Gotcha. Perception. There it is. Huh.
There you go.
So he's pretty big, Cider. He's not you can tell he's not as he's not like the Captain Trask, who was a little thinner than you. He's probably got just about as much muscle as you do. And you can tell that bowcaster he's got in his hands, that is not something to fuck with. It looks like it packs one hell of a punch.
How far away would you say he is from me?
I'd say he's in short range combat-wise.
Okay. Can I just look him up and down and just go, Oh, so you're one of them Woogles, was it?
I'm a
Where are
Wookiee.
we? Can we hear this?
He didn't say if he had his comms on or not.
I for sure don't. I would have forgot to just leave them active.
No, I just don't know how far away from the Kraken everyone is, because I still
let's
quote unquote
go.
made a success.
The longer he draws this out, the closer you guys are getting. I'll put it that way.
Just ask.
Let us know when
Now,
we.
so from what I was told about your people is you're like a warrior race, right? Love a good fight, good hunt.
I'm an assassin, boy. Now I'm not going to ask again. He actually aims the bowcaster at you. Get off, or I shoot you.
Now I don't like that threat, Geo, and I have upgraded Cider's move ability to where I can pull objects out of secure mountings or out of opponent's grasp. Can I do that now?
He's a nemesis. How exactly would this work?
It's just a force check.
Is that all? Is that all it is? Oh shit.
It's a force move. I can remove it from secure mountings or opponent's grasp.
Yep.
Go ahead and make a force check. Damn, you're lucky.
When deactivate it, I want to pull the bowcaster out of his hands and cut it in half with my lightsaber in one swift motion.
So it doesn't take much. He pulls the bowcaster, and you pull it from his grip. You activate your new lightsaber and swing upwards, slice it in half. Bowman kind of looks at you. Well, shit. And I'll say it's at this moment that Tara and Cell walk up or run up.
You're a little outgunned, Bowman. There's a whole village behind us that just needs an excuse because you shot one of theirs.
I wasn't aiming for them. I know
Doesn't
that
matter.
now.
You hit Sally.
Who the fuck were we aiming for? And at this point,
You,
Cell like probably would make the connection that he was aiming for her.
I was told that my target would be 3 outsiders who didn't look like the rest.
Are you fucking kidding me? You really picked the wrong one there, mate.
She got in the way.
All right, well, I think it's enough talking. You want to go ahead and put your hands up and
So, he already has. Like he knows better. His hands are up. He's down on his knees. He has fully surrendered. He's not stupid enough to try to fight this.
Fantastic.
Cool. You just. Well, you know what? I'm gonna try and take this civilly. So start it. I'm gonna go back to the hammerhead and check on Kaval. But before I do, and she's just gonna kind of like walk up to the bowman, like lean close.
I wouldn't.
The fuck?
Don't get close. Don't get close.
Like, yeah, okay, not too close. Just like, all right, well, what'd you use in them dots?
You're not gonna like the answer.
Try me.
It's a relatively new poison. And to be honest, I don't ask those kind of questions.
Uh-huh. So what you're saying is you don't know what it was that you just shot it with, and you don't have any sort of way of countering it.
They don't pay me to fix what I shoot.
or punch him, and then walk away.
Make a
Fist breaks.
make a brawl check. 2 purple, 1 blue, cause fuck the bowman. Go ahead. So how much you have? So that would be let me see. You have 2 brawn,
How
right?
much?
I have 2 brawn.
So that did 4 damage. You punch him, and he, his punch, like your fist lands on his cheek, and his cheek doesn't move.
I don't care. It was more of like an emotional lash out, and then
I figured. I just wanted to make sure if you actually got through his soak. You came close.
yeah.
When
and that,
Cell walks off, I look at Tara and just go, "That's your folk."
Was, but I understand.
Well, now what do we do with you? And I look at the bowman.
Bowman just sighs.
The way I see it, Bowman, you have several options. Option 1, you walk into the Hammerhead, accept being put in the brig, and I keep you safe from the villagers. Option 2, I give you to the villagers. And option 3, I leave you on the opposite side of this planet and wait for the Force Academy to come find you for failing the contract.
You're really good at your job, Tara. Always have been.
No. I'm good at finding information. I really suck at this fieldwork thing.
You elected to do it. Don't get snippy with me.
Oh, I'm merely clarifying that I too have my flaws.
Look, I'm
For
not
example-
exactly in a rush to die, so if you have a brig, just throw me in it.
Tara looks at Cider and gives him a I don't think I'm the one who can handle this. So if you want to go ahead and put him in a brig, please do.
I walk up, keep my lightsaber activated, and just kind of like use it as like a baton to like guide him places. All right, get up on your feet. Let's move.
Yeah, I'm going.
Oh, and
All right.
Bowman,
Yes, Tara.
please leave any lockpicks you might have.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need all your stuff, including that fancy little eye patch of yours.
The eye patch is attached, you dimwit.
Oh, good. Then it'll be fun watching you take it off to the brig.
All of my other gear is back on my shuttle, which you apparently destroyed, Tara.
Tara remains silent, hoping that the bleeding she's done isn't too apparent.
I take the bowman to the brig.
Okay. As you do, Cider, some of the Kakardans are kind of looking at the Wookiee go by, and Mr. Faust actually comes up to you. Hey, is everything all right?
I'm so sorry. Which one was Faust again?
He was the newly elected leader of the pirates.
they were all in the prig too.
They are,
All in the
but
brig.
I mean-
Cider's taking him to the brig.
Yeah, I'm in the brig currently.
Okay.
You know, he's just kind of poking his head out, and he's basically who got elected leader by Tara.
And then what was his question? Sorry.
Hey, is everything all right? Who's this guy?
I don't think I need to tell you anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
How is it in here? Is it nice? Is it comfy?
Well, I mean, it's just our barracks, so not really all that different for us.
All right. I find a empty cell and just kind of guide Bowman into it and uh, laser lock it, I guess.
Well, all you're really doing is just giving him a seat to sit in the barracks. Like that's there's no like laser locks or actual official barracks. It's just a jail cell. It's just barracks that the sharks were using.
After that, I think Tara would kind of send a message to Maud and Cider to kind of gather and just have a little talk.
Sal will let you know that she's just at the back to tank.
Yeah, we can meet wherever. She's happy to meet
Yeah.
at the back. She just wants to have a group conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're all near the back to tanks, or most of the party's near the back to tanks anyway. So we'll just meet near the
she
back to
just-
tanks.
Rote kind of looks at the back to tank, kind of like, that's mine. She's Rote's just kind of staring at it like, get her out. It's mine. Okay, you all are back at the back to tank. Proceed.
All right. Well, we have several complications, right?
Let's put it lightly.
I wanted to run an idea by everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We do not want to quarrel with the Pirate Queen, yes? In fact, I'm pretty sure Cell doesn't want anything to do with them.
I wouldn't object to that.
My thought with this crew already having a ship was to send the Bowmen and the Karkadons back to the Pirate Queen. Less bloodshed, and yes, we don't have an extra ship, but that way...
Did you
Yeah.
share information you got off the ship before it blew up?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Maud immediately objects. This is my ship.
It's a ship.
Mine.
Yes. That's fine. However, I would rather not deprive the Pirate Queen and have her come chasing someone.
By her rules, we conquered it. Her rules.
Would you rather that she look at it as a tally mark against, or have her owe us a favor?
That'll be the first time. But
Sal is just kind of sitting down, not really looking at anyone, just looking at the back to tank.
I'm not saying we do this quickly. Obviously, we want Caval to survive, and I will do what I can to help you synthesize something against this toxin, if we can find a sample of it. But I would rather, with one of the largest organizations in the Outer Rim, have them owe us a favor than abscond with one of their ships and hopefully she doesn't chase us.
Or I could just talk to her.
That is also an option. I don't imagine it's one you relish, considering you... And Tara just kind of waves as so to not mention what Cell did.
Oh, there's a lot more history than that. And it's all right. They know.
Well, I'm aware they know. I just would rather not say it.
Why don't you do me a favor? You have access to records on the Pirate Queen, a lot of the people.
I did, but because of client confidentiality, I have deleted most of them. It's not a good look to keep files on people who you work with.
Hmm.
Some people tend to take that personally.
No. But yeah, she keeps files just in case. You know, gotta have leverage. If you ever get curious, look up the name Star Sailor.
I appreciate your confidence. However, it's very little I can do on this planet. Not having access to the net hinders me quite a bit. Cider? What do you think? This is your planet, these are your people.
Oh, I already had a talk with Father Yuki. We're getting off this planet, and we are not coming back. I can't come back.
Seems
I'm
fair.
not
I
coming back.
was wondering what you might want to do with the ship
With the ship?
and the Karkadons, yes.
Oh right. Yeah, I did just see all of them. I forgot. I forget we have prisoners now.
Honestly, I say we enlist them.
I wouldn't mind releasing them somewhere. We could release them. We could release them on well, I only know a couple of planets.
We can
Y'all-
take them to the space, the MSO.
I
You need
did
to get
buy
the MSO anyway.
against releasing them on MSO6. Karkadons do not do well without an abundant source of water.
They seem to be doing just fine on the ship.
They won't for long.
Well, that's their problem.
I mean, do we know any planets where they are from, or planets that they would do better on?
There are several. I don't know how many are within jump range off the top of my head, but we could easily drop them off on someplace like Moncala or Felucia, possibly on Camino.
I don't know what any of those words mean, but I trust you.
They're
Planets.
watery or swampy planets.
All right, and then what about the Bowman?
He stays right where he is.
Okay. So
I'm not planning to do anything to him if you're curious about it.
I will speak to Bowman and see if maybe an arrangement can be made. I didn't get all the information I needed off of his computer. I got enough. I'll see if maybe I can see who he talked to and figure out where we go from here. But I can't guarantee anything. He is, after all, an
He's
assassin. I imagine he's having interrogation training.
And he's also a fucking Wookiee.
I wasn't planning on torturing him.
I feel like you said Wookiee with some stank on it, and I don't know if I really appreciate that prejudice.
I mean, he's a Wookiee. They're known for taking a lot of pain and dishing it out.
Agreed.
I'm just saying.
I mean, hell, I've gotten in some scraps with Wookiees. Hell, look at this, and she kind of like pulls up like a pant leg and just like a scar on her calf. Got this in a bar fight with one.
You survived a bar fight with a Wookiee? I'm more
Well,
impressed.
he threw me out the bar. That's the only reason I survived.
Fair enough.
I mean, this one kind of just surrendered with no issues, so
Well, this one's smart.
maybe he's different.
He's also Moran, and he's also the Bowman. And I kind of look at Tara. It's like we both know what he's capable of doing.
Well, I would rather resolve this with as few casualties as possible. In my opinion, it's better to leave someone alive so you can get information from them another time instead of burning a bridge.
Soldier shrugs.
But I'm not the one being hunted. You three. I can't tell you what to do, but I would be very grateful if at some point we could make it to MSO6. I could at least touch base with my
mean,
arm.
I was down to go back to MS06, period, just because we need to get off this planet, and MS06 is a good place to just lay low until we figure out an actual heading.
Doesn't have that your girlfriend's there, does it?
Now,
guys-
I did not mention that at all.
You guys begin to hear pounding on the glass.
What?
I
Is-
look at the glass.
Yeah.
Caval's fully awake.
I immediately started like getting her out of there.
Wait. Don't take her out yet.
And I'm not listening.
Within a matter of minutes, Caval flops to the ground.
I
I'm gonna
immediately
be right back. We use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Right.
I immediately go to help her, and it's like, guy, hey, you with me?
What happened?
You got shot. What happened? Poison, apparently. But we got the guy. If it makes you feel better.
Not really.
How you doing?
I'm fine, I guess. She looks at Cell. She gets this concerned look on her face. She kind of looks at Cell. She looks up and down a little bit.
Hmm.
Not at Cell, Cider. I apologize. That was a mix up on my wording.
Mhm.
She looks at Cider and kind of looks up and down and goes, I can't hear your thoughts.
Excuse me.
The will. I can't feel it.
What? You're probably just jarred. You had a bit of a run in with
I immediately started doing a cursory medical check of like,
Can you draw some of her blood? We may be able to analyze it.
I'd like wave her off and just I'm doing my medical check.
I point to the back to tank because back to tanks usually take like some kind of
Reading, yeah.
yeah.
Could
I could do that.
Could I make a computers check to try to
Absolutely.
take some data from the back to tank and see if maybe what foreign substance might be in her blood?
You absolutely may. 2 purple, 1 black, because this is a pod specifically built for Rote.
Yep.
And as a matter of fact, as soon as Caval jumps out, Rote's like, I'm in, and she jumps right in.
Makes sense.
and the pod immediately starts to fill back up, and Rote's just kind of like, yes.
Just shiver like that is fucking creepy.
All right. So you said computer check 2 purple, 1 black.
Yes, sir.
Damn. Angry dice.
Angry dice.
With those 3 advantages, I'll go ahead and spoil it. It's not super hard. I'm just gonna say it takes longer because it's not used to dealing with a biosignature that isn't Rote. But you kind of pull up some data, and you do find that with the bio readings that it took of Caval, there was an abnormality. The scientific jargon for it is that the midichlorians in Caval's body have been silenced. They are still in her body, but they are not moving throughout her system. They are not active. In layman's terms, she has been forcefully cut off from the Force. She has been forcefully cut off from the will.
You say that out loud.
That's all that Tara knows.
Tara takes a second, looks at this, and she doesn't know the exact, like, she doesn't know the compound, she only knows the effect. so she can't synthesize a cure. But she looks and goes, "There's something stopping her from the will, you called it? The force? There's something in her blood that stops whatever she uses to activate it."
I want to go up to Caval and place a hand on her forehead, and I want to use Force Sense to try and read kind of what you can get like a more mystical sense of what's going on, I guess.
Go ahead and make a force check. It's as you begin to kind of probe into her mind, you feel Caval almost like you feel Cell. Except while Cell has almost like a block, almost like a barricade for
Not
her
the same.
mind. Let me finish. You know, because Cell almost has like a mental barrier from people invading her mind. Whereas in Caval,
I can feel the wall for Cell.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in Caval, it just feels like a regular person. For the mystic side, whatever she was hit with, whatever she got injected into her body, it stopped her from being able to use the force. The poison that this is, whatever the compound might be, has cut her off from the living will. Whereas you know Caval to be able to read minds. That's one of the reasons why she found Cell so interesting, because she can't read her mind. You now sense that she can't read anyone's mind. She's cut off.
I'm so sorry.
It's so quiet. I'm not used to it being this quiet.
I kind of bring her head and put it on my chest and just kind of look at Cell and just like kind of in like a non-verbal like, this is really bad.
Yeah, no, Sal's got a look of like, what the fuck is happening? Like she's just as shocked as anyone else.
I kind of pull her head away and I'm like, you two wait here. I'm gonna go. I'll go get the father. We'll get this sorted out. We'll get this fixed. I promise.
So you see Caval in a way that you've never really seen her before. She is shivering. She's kind of frantic. She's looking around. It almost looks like she's looking at a brand new world without one of her senses, and she's just kind of really freaked out at the moment.
I take off my jacket and start wrapping her, and it's like, hey, look at me. We're gonna get through this.
It's so quiet. Why did this happen?
Look, we're gonna figure this out. Someone targeted us, but it's gonna be all right.
But why me? I didn't do anything. Why me? And she just almost and she actually pushes you away, Cell.
Hey, no, I go back to her. It's like, Caval, hey, don't do that. Listen to me. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't. If you want to blame anyone, suppose you can blame me.
She doesn't respond. She just kind of she's doing that little bit of a hiccup cry, like she's so in her own head right now.
Yeah, I'd pull her in. It's like, it's all right. It's all right.
All right, Tara, what are you doing?
Tara is actually going to follow Cider out.
All right, Cider and Tara, you guys make it back to the village. I'm guessing you find Father Yuki. Hello?
Shaven's
you know.
muted for the sec, so
Oh, okay. I'm not always looking at
Hey,
Discord.
Hey, sorry. No. Yeah, that's fine. I forgot I had put myself on mute. I was doing something. I would immediately, go find the father or the mother. Doesn't matter which. I need an elder. I need an
You-
adult.
You, you
like,
find both.
immediately, like,
You find
Immediately,
both.
like, hey, really bad situation. Come with me now. Kaval can't feel the will anymore.
Both Mother Cruz and Father Yuki follow you back to the Hammerhead.
Bring him in. Show him to Kaval.
Father Yuki.
Tara will pull aside Cider for a second when there is a moment.
Father Yuki immediately begins to try to use the healing will to try to see if he can reverse the effects.
As they're doing like rituals and stuff, I'll go to the side and talk
Okay.
with Tara.
All right, go ahead.
Whenever that's available. Oh, okay. Yeah.
The Bowman was hired by the Force Academy to go after you. Force Academy
Yeah, that sounds about right.
is probably who gave him this toxin. Why would the Force Academy make something that would disable themselves?
I don't know if it was something to disable themselves as much as making sure they remain the only ones that have it.
True. But the Force Academy is essentially the organization for Force users. I can't think of another rogue organization that is even comparable to them.
Well, Insider kind of thinks for a minute, and he goes, "Wait, we're supposed to God, Pantis.
Who?
There's, I don't know why they're developing this, but I know who would know. Before you came into the picture, I was, for a brief moment, for a brief month or two, I was with the Force Academy. That's where I got this armor. That's where, well, aside from the pauldron, that's where I got my old lightsaber, which I don't, new lightsaber, by the way. I kind of show it off just haphazardly.
Examine the pauldron, by the way.
Huh?
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's
recognize the work.
Yeah, you do. Because it's the same one. It's the same one. It's the same one she was working on.
Oh, Tara's eyes go real fucking wide.
Anywho, I was with the Force Academy. Things went awry. My old master died, blinded first. Then I was executed. Came back to me as a ghost. Told me I basically very quickly give you the cliff notes. It's like, so anyway, he's got this weird robot man named Pantis, which I don't like, but apparently he's got all the secrets of the Force Academy that we got, and we got to go find him.
Wow. I will admit that I understood about maybe a third of what you just said, but we have to find somebody.
Yes, we gotta find. You're perfect, and I point at you, and I grab your shoulders and like, can you find someone that cannot be found?
As Cider shakes Tara, her glasses kind of finally bite the dust as they fall off her face and crack on the ground, and she just looks down like, oh. So, but yeah, that kind of Cider is I find things. That actually helps a lot.
Fantastic. If I tell you exactly what this man looks like and, well, as much of his past as I can gather, would that help?
Yes, actually, that would give me several decent starting places. And you said this person worked for your old master. Who was your old master?
Oh, a little bug guy named Tolkria taught me the ways of what he calls the Force, but I call the will.
Would Tara know anything? Because Tolkria was a noted academic. Would Tara know anything about him?
I would say that you have heard the name Tolkria and you recognize it as a part of the Force Academy. But it would be like knowing who Biden is. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those like yeah.
Does not know him personally.
Exactly.
Yeah. But Tolkria and Pentus would be a good starting place because she could start going into like their connections and finding out where things might go. So yeah, that's a really helpful connection for her to make.
Yep.
Well, now we have even further reason to go to MSO6, and Tara just looks at your pauldron and averts her eyes again, like, oh boy.
What? Is there something on it? And I kind of brush it off.
I know who made that, and they
Oh,
don't
me
like.
too.
Yes, they don't like me very much.
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't like you much either when I first met you.
And thus continues the trend.
Tara stops for a second, blinks, and just brushes past that.
Oh, it'll be fine. She's a delight. I'm sure that when she sees you with me, things will go over smoothly.
She showed me the first time we met.
What'd you say, Cedric? You cut out for me.
I said, she shot me the first time we met.
Oh, yeah, she shot me, a couple weeks ago. I think she's just a little trigger happy.
Tara just blinks again. Is like, I'm traveling with mad people, and just goes to a computer station and actually no, she's gonna go to her portable data drive and start dumping some of the stuff that's in her neural recorder before she starts getting headaches.
Fair enough. Father Yuki comes up to both of you. I'm afraid there's nothing we can do for her. I'm sorry.
Well, now we have more reason to go after the Force Academy. We need to find a way to reverse this.
Did you tell her, or did you tell Sale?
She was there the whole time.
All right.
I'm going to tell you and Tara this. Kaval is in a very vulnerable state and cannot hear it. Unfortunately, without the ability to sense the will, Kaval will no longer be a part of the Ravens.
Cider kind of very, like, he just kind of slowly puts his hand over his mouth and just nods.
Tara has very little context for this, so she just remains quiet.
Father Yuki leaves the ship and heads back. He pats both of you on the shoulder and leaves. Mother Cruz actually leaves furious.
I get out her way.
Yeah, no, yeah. Nobody stands in Mother Cruz's way.
Go off, Queen. When I look over at Kaval and Cell, do I get the feeling that they need time by themselves, or should I go and...
Kaval's gonna need a lot of time, because she knows what not feeling the Force means. Every member of the Ravens has the will.
Well, I mean, everyone in the village has the will.
Exactly. And not having being unable to feel the will as strongly as she did, she's no longer a part of the Ravens. She's no longer the second in command. She can't fight. She doesn't have a purpose in the village anymore like she used to. So she's kind of in shock, not just from not being able to sense things like she has, but from the fact that she kind of just lost her purpose. And Cell is just in mourning because it's been a
No,
bad couple of days.
She is probably just keeping herself from going ape shit on that Wookiee downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And like the only reason that she's not like going after him is because she knows that she can't take him.
Not
But
one-on-one.
she's just- No, and she knows she's not going to get any backup. So she's just doing everything she can to comfort Caval, just holding her and being there.
So that's the sense that you get, Cider. It's not a good time to talk to these two.
All right. Well, because Caval is like we don't interact much, but I mean, I had known her for like my whole life.
Exactly.
essentially. So I do see her as family as I see everyone else in the village, but at this point I'm like, well, they're doing
You're
what
their
they're
cousin.
doing,
She's your cousin that you don't see for a while.
basically. And I just kind of walk out the room and leave them to what they're gonna do.
Tara, what are you doing?
I think Tara is going to leave them alone and with Maud, and she's going to see. There's part of me that wants to like have a talk with the Bowman, but it's not going to be productive because she wants to figure out where the crew's going to go next and how we're going to do this first. So,
I mean, if you just want to leave the Bowman talk for the next day, you can, but Bowman's definitely not going anywhere.
yeah. So, we'll
like I
leave
said,
that for another
he's
time.
in no rush to die.
In the meantime, I'm going to let Cell and Caval take some privacy.
So for the next day, we'll even say for the next 2 days, Maud is trying to fix the hammerhead. She makes good progress. Caval is in the captain's quarters recovering. Cell is basically not leaving her side until
Nope.
she feels a little more calm. 2 days from now, Cell and not Cell, Cider and Tara, what are you two doing?
I'm seeing if I can help speed up the repair process and using my mechanical abilities to help out with Maud.
Okay. I will remind you guys, the Kraken is flyable. The Hammerhead is not. So if you guys do want to leave for MSO6 early, you can.
Yeah, we're not coming back for the ship, so we're gonna leave with everything we're gonna be taking.
Yeah, we're not coming back to the planet, so
It's at this moment, I'll say, everybody who's working on the ship, you begin to hear some banging coming down from the barracks.
I mean,
Tara-
that's
Tara
my
would
job.
Tara would already be walking there because she wanted to have that talk with the Bowman. So, what does she see or hear?
You see Mr. Faust. He's banging, trying to get somebody's attention.
Mr. Faust, how may I help you?
Look, word's gotten around on the ship, and we just wanted to say that we're sorry for what happened. We'd also like to, we'd like to make a deal.
Well, Tara opens comms and is like, our prisoners would like to make a deal if you'd like to hear their terms.
All right. Cider starts making his way.
Keep the comms open.
All right.
Caval looks at you, Cell, and goes, "Go ahead. I'll be here."
I just kind of squeeze her hand and just, sure.
I'm fine, Cell. Well, I'm not fine, but you know.
I get up and just kind of like kiss her hand and leave.
All right, all three of you make it down to the barracks, and Mr. Fosk is almost looking a little pathetic. He's got his hands behind his back. He's kind of playing with something with his foot. He's looking down.
You wanted to make a deal.
Yes, ma'am. So, first of all, we the whole crew, well, what's left of it, really wanted to make an official apology to both you, Miss Tara, and to you, Mr. Cider, and to you, Sale, Mrs. Sale, sorry. And there's a lot of us who really like what you're doing to the Hammerhead, and the fact that you're actually willing to repair it and get it back up in working conditions, that actually means a lot to us. And some of us have spent quite a bit of our lives on this ship, and it's the only place we really know how to call home. So the deal is, 7 of us, and he kind of points out the 7, would like to stay and work for you. You don't need to pay us. We're not asking to go pirating again. We'll just help out on the ship and do what we can. And, you know, all we ask in return is that we get the barracks, and you know, we get some of the rations. We're just asking for a place to eat and sleep and work. In exchange, what we want is the remaining pirates, and he points at the remaining 6, to be sent back to the Forgotten Fleet. They're our brothers in arms, and they're not going to last in any Force Academy prison. So we figured it would be best for them if they got to go back to where they belong. In exchange, we'll work for you for free, and we'll help take care of the ship. Hell, we might even be able to fight some battles for you.
Tara looks at the other 2, kind of raising an eyebrow.
Cider's kind of taken aback, like he wasn't expecting this. He kind of looks at Cell, looks at Tara, looks back to Cell.
Oh, just kind of like steps forward and is like, he's like standing there in the hallway, like this one guy.
He's got the rest of the Kakardans behind him, but he's kind of stepped up as the pseudo leader.
Just kind of steps up to him, probably about a good 2 feet shorter than him, but still like looking just as angry and intimidating.
And he sees this. He's kind of backing away a little bit. He's scared.
Gets right up into him. Be able to take him to MSO 6, but all right. As far as where they make their way from there, it's that's up to them.
I can arrange passage for them. It won't be an issue.
There you go.
I guess that'll have to do. They just deserve to be back with the fleet that they've known almost all their lives. I just don't want to see them get hurt. But as long as you can,
I hold up a hand to stop him. Like, you don't have to give me the spiel. I know how it is. Just no. You cross us, you're dead. Just like it was with the Queen.
Of course, ma'am. Sir, Captain. Yeah.
Captain's fine. Captain's fine.
Of course, Captain. Like I said, we like what you're doing with the ship, and we want to help, and we're good fighters. We've been trained. We're not gonna betray you. I promise that.
Mhm.
We'll follow your orders, just like we did. Well, not just like with Trask, but you know what I mean.
Well, if that's the case, I imagine Marty could probably use some help with the repairs.
Any of you getting gooder at the ranch?
Well, we've been aboard aboard this hammerhead almost our entire lives. We know where the parts go.
Good. Get working, all of you. For those of you who aren't going to stay, consider this payment for your passage onto MS-06.
You got it. All right, boys, let's get to work. And he holds his hands up, and all the sharks cheer in jubilation, and they immediately run out and they start picking up pieces. Maud starts directing traffic.
Mm-hmm. I turn
I
back
feel
to like, yeah, they're just low-level pirates. They got into this because they were desperate, or that's all they knew. Just
Tara accesses her data pad and turns on music. Sent these guys into a frenzy before, so she kind of just like picks what she might imagine is like a working song and starts pumping it through the sound system.
So as you do that, Fast comes back and he goes, no. he literally comes back and goes, no, don't do that.
Yeah, they'll kill us all. That's actually like murder music.
Yeah, and Tara shuts off the music.
Whew.
Cider's just doing his best to also repair the ship.
I guess Tara stays there because after all the Carcadons are done, the only one in the barracks is the Bowman, right?
Yep.
You wanted your private conversation.
Yeah.
You want this? Save you with one. So
sorry?
So this like bad like, hey, if you need a pistol, I'll leave you with one.
Tara moves her cloaking coat, and you see she's still got her slug thermo and her blasters. Like, actually, I don't think I'm going to bring any weapons to the assassin, who also might kill me with his bare hands. So if you'd like to hold on to these, please.
I put a hand on Cell and I just go, I'll stand by the door. You just scream if you need me.
And Tara walks into the barracks, hopefully seeing the Bowman just relaxing, not trying to escape or any bullshit.
He's just sitting in a chair. He's got his eyes closed. As soon as you open the door, he opens one.
His eye.
Yeah, his one eye. He kind of looks and he goes, I was wondering when you were going to come talk to me.
Planning on going back to MS-06. Imagining you can probably find your way from there.
Honestly, I expect to be in a jail cell before too long.
If you want to evade capture for the sake of the services you've given me and for what friendship we had, I'm willing to hopefully forge you a new identity. Make it a little harder for you.
Is that girl gonna make it?
Poison wasn't lethal, but she's hurt in a different way.
It is now part of my contract to give you this message. Understand that this is not me speaking, it is my employer. And he looks you directly in the eye.
I understand, Bowman.
There's plenty more where that came from.
I was worried about that.
Any idea what it was?
Tara puts has a slightly coy little smile and says, "Tell you what, if I tell you, will you consider that payment for passage?"
Look, whatever you want to do with me is fine. I just don't want to die, especially not on this mission.
I'm not going to kill you. I can't speak for anyone else, but I'm not going to kill you.
Look, even if I go back to MS-06, the fact that I was hired by the Force Academy is going to get out before too long. I should have called it myself. It was dumb of me to take this contract in the first place.
Like I said, I can do my best to furnish you with a new identity, make it harder for them to catch up with you. But, Bowman, this was a bad deal in many respects, and I was the one who got you involved. I am sorry.
It wouldn't have gone quite as terrible if you hadn't shown up.
Well, I thought I was helping. I didn't know the problems that would happen.
Yeah, no kidding. Alright, look. You can ask me any question you want, and I'll answer honestly as possible. I don't need anything in exchange. You can leave me here. You can drop me off on MS-06. Hell, you can send me back to the Force Academy if you want. At this point, I've been captured. My reputation's pretty well tarnished at this point.
You said the Force Academy hired you? Was it through an intermediary, or did they do it directly?
Well, they tried to hide me. They tried to hire me through a subsidiary company that they own. Basically, they were trying to make it look like the Force Academy wasn't involved. But when I went to pick up the package, it was the most pristine looking rifle and serum I think I've ever seen in my life. You know as well as I do, there's only one entity in the known galaxy that can produce something like that. Most everybody else has to deal with their sloppy seconds.
Yeah. Hard to guide that. Alright. The employer said that I was supposed to get a message. Why?
Well, in all honesty, if I reported mission success, they were going to hire you to do it again until all three of them got hit somehow. Either that, or maybe they were just looking to turn you into their own messenger out in the Outer Rim. How am I supposed to know? Could have been a ploy, too.
True. I don't really have a whole bunch else, unfortunately. But like I said, I'll be good to my word.
Is she gonna make it?
She's going to make it.
So what was in that poison vial anyway?
Something I wonder why the Force Academy made. It's a poison that stops people from using the Force.
You're shitting me.
No.
Son of a bitch. The Bowman just kind of looks back and looks up. So that girl out there, she can't feel the Force anymore?
Can I
make a what?
I want to see if Bowman is I want to see if Bowman is either recording or broadcasting through his other
eye. Make a perception check. 1 purple.
Okay.
you kind of, just because of like the questions that he's asking, you're kind of just a little suspicious of what he's asking. But you know what his eye patch is for, and it's definitely not a recording patch. It's just kind of his regular eye, and you also get the feeling that he's genuinely sincere. He wants to know what the hell he did.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, paranoia.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. For some reason, your contract was to remove the Force from 3 individuals. And I'm not entirely sure why the Force Academy wants them removed from the picture.
Damn.
Doesn't seem like they want him dead if the poison isn't lethal. But it could have been.
Well, Tara, this is where my knowledge as a warrior comes in. You remove the Force from someone. That's not just that's not just taking away something. That's taking away someone's ability. In some cases, that's even worse than death. That farm boy that I met out in that ship before you two came, I imagine he's pretty strong with the Force. Imagine how much weaker, how much less of a threat he'd be if I hit him instead.
Tara is not quite playing chess in her own head, but she's starting to see a couple of pieces, and her eyes narrow. She looks back at Cider, back to the Bowman.
I want it known in canon that this whole time Cider's just kind of been looking through his data pad and like listening to music, just ignoring the conversation.
Yeah.
Friday, wake it up. It's Friday, Friday.
No. Bastard.
Bowman.
Yeah, Tara.
When we get to MS06, I'm going to ask a favor, and I'll pay you for it if need be, but I need something from you.
What's the job?
I need you to find out if the Chiss are moving or if the Chiss are looking for assassins.
The Chiss. What's the Chiss got to do with this?
I have a suspicion. I'm not sure if it's anything yet, but if what I hope is happening, we are all in very dangerous territory.
I'm not making any promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Any information you'll get standard information rate.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Let him know I'm sorry. If I had known it was going to do that, I wouldn't have taken the contract. I don't mind killing people, Tara. I don't. It's a part of my job. But robbing someone of their gifts like that, there's even some things an assassin won't do.
I'll give them the message, but I can't promise that they'll be grateful.
Don't expect them to. And with that, you can tell that the Bowman's pretty much done.
Yep. Tara leaves the cell, taps Cider on the shoulder to let him know that she's all done. And
I take my headphones out, like, yeah. Oh, we're done? All right.
we're all done here.
You got it.
Okay.
The Tarkadons can get the hammerhead running. That way we can take everyone to MSO6.
Geo,
Yes.
does Cell have the ability to go into that one plane thing by herself?
Yes.
Okay. Can I bring Koval with me?
No.
Okay. Yeah, like after they go off and do their conversation, there was something that we wanted to try and do because it's like got an idea and just want to
Okay.
try everything.
All right. So as
So I
as you kind of finish off the conversation, you, as much as you hate this part because this is all force bruja,
mm-hmm.
you focus your
Okay.
mind, you control yourself. You are now in the plane of the living force, and you see Mother Towson sitting across at the black table. Ah, Giselle, what can I do for you?
What do you know about people getting cut off from the force?
Well, it's mostly a voluntary process. I know that there have been several Jedi who have voluntarily cut themselves off from the Force. Why?
What about involuntary?
Involuntary. Well, there was a recording many, many years ago of someone, a Jedi Master, losing a battle with a Sith apprentice after he had lost and got thrown to the surface of the planet. He was on a starship at the time. He lost the sight, he lost the ability to see. And this is what eventually cut him off from the Force. It was his loss of will to fight, but not really a loss of the Force itself.
Well, how do I put this? What if someone were to figure out a way to forcibly cut off someone from the force? I don't suppose there'd be any way to get it back to them.
Well, it would not be a known process. I suppose that that old ship that you found, the Sanctuary, might be able to accomplish something along those lines. But you would need a Force user who is a master at the healing properties. The Sanctuary has the ability to perform miracles at its prime before it became corrupted by my Night Sisters. I'm sure that some of the healing properties are still on the Sanctuary, but again, you would need someone who is a master of healing through the Force.
Yeah, I think I got one of those.
Really?
Well, it's a matter of getting him off the planet that he's on, but he's pretty good at healing.
Again, so this isn't a direct answer. This isn't an equation that I know how to make the formula. This is honestly guesswork. Having the ability to cut someone off from the Force is very taboo. It's not something that
So if, say, someone were to do it, they wouldn't be exactly telling other Force users about it.
It's not even that they wouldn't be telling other Force users. This would be something that is a direct threat to every single creature who can feel the living Force. It's a way to effectively cut off the Force from our universe, from our galaxy. If someone's found a way to do it, it's a direct threat to everything.
All right. She kind of like has been standing at the table, just kind of picks up a glass of tea, just downs it for a second, and is all right. Well, thank you for your time.
Go ahead.
And,
Go ahead and heal 3 strain because the tea's very good.
And be seen around. And
Is everything all right, So? You seemed a little nervous.
Just kind of like sniffs a little. Yeah, everything's fine. And just pops out.
And with that, you're back in reality. It has been 1 week since the Concordans asked if they could help, and the shot with Cell. And
like immediately after that, I would have gone to Cider and told him about that conversation.
Okay. Do you want to roleplay that, or do you want me to move on?
I mean, that's up to you.
I'm okay. We're in free time right now until we get to MSO6.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Like after I pop out, it's like I don't tell Caval quite yet. I don't want to get her hopes up for nothing.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I go to Cider.
You go to Cider, and Cider's hammering away on a panel in the Hammerhead.
Yeah.
With my again headphones on, welding goggles down, just like listening to some kind of like rap, just like just like hammering away at something.
Not working.
Just go up and tap you on your shoulder. And it's like, hey, hi.
You kind of jump a little bit and look behind me. I go, oh hi. Put the hammer down, headphones off, goggles up. Yeah, what's up?
I think I might have something for Caval.
Oh, all right, shoot.
Paid a visit to the grassy tea table. Spoke with Mother Tazin. There might be a way to get Caval back up and going. You remember that ship? That ship that we were.
Hang on, Geo. I forget because I keep seeing it written down in my character sheet. Do I still have a favor with Mother Talzin?
So this is the part where I'm kind of like up in the air with you on this, Javen, because as far as I was aware, your favor was used up to make the holocron full of.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Cool. That's fine. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to erase it off of my sheet, and I just always see it there, and I'm like, hey, wonder if I still have it. Okay. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah. So you remember that ship? The one with the one we fought that old crazy lady on that they were trying to bring Towson back on, the big rock.
Oh yeah, the fight that blinded Tolkria.
Yeah. So apparently there's some stuff on that ship that might be able to help Caval, but I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work yet, or if it's going to work.
We also don't really know where it is either.
We know where it is. The ship?
Yeah, the sanctuary's with the the academy.
Yeah,
isn't it?
they took the ship, didn't they?
Yeah. No, what do you think? We just kept it?
No, I figured it'd stay there. Like,
I mean, yeah, sure, it probably is still there, but that means you'd have to go into the heart of the people who are hunting us.
yeah. The other thing she mentioned is that you need someone who's really, really good with healing parts of the wills.
And me. Maybe Father Yuki could do it, but
That's who I was
and
thinking.
me.
Yeah. So it's something.
It's something. And for that, That's good. That's good that we have some kind of, at least, hope, I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna go tell of all this. I just wanted to get someone who's at least got a clear head and just knows about all this kind of weird, and like she waves her fingers, just like weird stuff. Just,
Weird stuff.
you know,
Cider cocks an eyebrow.
You know, I realized that after all this time, I'm still not used to it. I even got some of it in my head yet, but I don't think I ever will.
I don't. I just go with it.
You know, maybe it's time I start taking a page from your book then.
Cider smiles, winks, and then goes back, puts his goggles back on, headset back on, goes back to hammering.
Yeah.
Do you want to take time to tell Caval, or do you want to move on?
No, unless Caval reacts poorly, I would say I would just go to Caval and tell her like what's going on with.
She reacts to the news with more of a, because she doesn't know the ship and things along that line. However, she would tell you, and to be honest, Cider really should have told you this as well. Trying to convince the matriarch or the patriarch to leave the village.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that.
I figured that he's a bit stuck.
Yeah. So, like I said, good luck with that. A week passes, and the ship is flyable. It is not combat ready. It is not even remotely safe to be in a fight, but it will get off the ground. As you all are kind of making final preparations to take off for MSO6, Cider and Cell, you hear some monstrous footsteps enter in through the ship.
Go and check.
Always a fucking problem. I stop what I'm doing. I go in to confront whatever is happening.
Uh-huh.
To your surprise, you hear it because it's.
Oh, I'm headed there because I'm just like, actual fuck.
Cider, you're the first to see it. It's Morgan.
Oh. This doesn't make me any happier.
and he's got his
right around.
He's got his work instruments on his back, and he kind of looks around and he goes, "Well, I guess this will have to do." He kind of storms around a little bit. I think that corner there might work well.
Now, what? How can I help you, Mr. Morgan?
Oh, no. Excuse me. What's going on?
Well, after taking a lot of time to think about it, and taking a lot more time to process it, I figured y'all could use, well, a helping hand on this little journey of yours. So I decided to bring some Lothal dirt, and he opens up several bags, and it's fresh soil, along with some of my green thumb, and, well, I figured I might as well be y'all's cook for the rest of your little journey. That way you ain't having to sit on rations.
Now, Cider kind of purses his lips because although Morgan is Morgan, he does make some bomb-ass food. So, Cider kind of just like purses his lips and just kind of.
I'm like,
all right, yeah, sure. Welcome aboard.
I'm like looking at these guys just dumping dirt on the floor of my ship now. I'm just like,
All right, but yeah, Morgan, don't dump it on the floor of the ship. We can make you some planters. We can.
Don't be
can-
ridiculous. I'm not putting them on the floor. What the hell's wrong with
All
you?
right.
And he literally goes up and literally like pats Cell on the head. Like, don't be stupid. I ain't putting the dirt on the ground. I'm gonna make a box here, and I'll make sure the dirt is nice and confined. You ain't gotta worry about a thing.
Okay, but just so you're aware, this is the hangar bay.
And
Find actual room to set up.
no, this
Yeah,
corner will do fine.
I'm with set. Oh, okay. But there's gonna be ship traffic between here, and it's gonna mess up the plants.
We're gonna need to create a vacuum seal in this hangar bay anytime the ship leaves this bay.
He literally
Let's-
literally puts his hoe down and literally just like digs it into the bunker head of the ship.
Oh God, no, Morgan, please.
What?
Let's find you a better place, please.
It's
Please, no. All right, Morgan, no, this way. Come on, let's go.
Morgan
Down here, you know,
Morgan
there's an
Morgan
empty
pulls
room.
up Morgan pulls up his work instrument and goes, "Will you all quit whining, Jesus?" All right.
All right.
He literally
I-
grabs his bags of dirt and he goes, "All right, Cell, go ahead and show me this room of yours."
Cella's staring at the hole in the floor of her ship. Well, not her ship.
Maud's ship that
Cider-
just got
Cider
fixed.
Pushes them, Cider pushes them both away so they can patch the hole.
Alright is just watching this and biting her finger so she doesn't erupt in laughter.
As Cell, you kind of escort Morgan to a part of the ship that looks suitable for what he's wanting to do. He sees that there's a bunch of tables. Like, you essentially show him like a small laboratory that like the sharks were not really using. He kind of looks at it all. There's too many tables in here. Guess I better get to work. And he literally takes his hoe and literally just starts destroying the tables, breaking them down. You just hear goosh, 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 just everywhere.
Cell is like just imagining sticking him in like an airlock and releasing him into the vacuum of space.
After about 5 minutes, it's all like guttered and destroyed. He takes his hoe and he makes a small box for him to put his dirt in. I guess this'll have to do. And he starts pouring his dirt down. He starts laying some seeds. Well, that's enough for one day. Y'all got a bed that I can stay in? I'd rather be as close to here as I can be.
I close the door to the room.
As you wham! You hear his fist connect with the door. Now that was just rude. He opens the door with his bare hands.
You can sleep here. You can set up something here.
Oh. Well, why didn't you say so?
I just like grinning through gritted teeth and just press the door button again and just
Through the door closed, you hear, "You better bring me a cot."
I storm back. It's like as I'm passing Cider, I don't even know if he hears me. I just yell, "Morgan needs a cot."
All right, so apparently we have a cook.
And a gardener.
Ish. Where's he gonna get the sun?
He's got away. Sad cicada
Planets
noises.
don't need a sun; they just need light. Otherwise, how would people grow pot in dark rooms so no one would be able to see it?
Yep.
I didn't know he would have access to those on Lothal, though.
All right. Preparations are made. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cell, the ship is yours to pilot. The question is, did you try to bring are you towing the Kraken? Are you bringing it on board? What are you doing?
Well, if it fits in the hangar bay, I'm putting it in the hangar bay.
It barely fits in the hangar bay.
Oh yeah, I squeeze it in.
Phrasing.
Yeah, I think that was intentional. With that, and the speeder fits as well.
Speeder fits on the Kraken. The Kraken fits on the hammerhead.
Well, no, the speeder does not fit on the Kraken. It does not. It is too big for the Kraken. There's barely enough room. Keep in mind, each silhouette size that goes up is literally double the size.
Okay. Well. Anyway.
And with that, you take off. I don't have a takeoff sound. And you set your course for MSO6. It takes a few days, not very long, to pull into port with the newly minted ship. As a matter of fact, before you even pull into port, Frask comes up to the cockpit, and it takes more than one person to make sure the ship is flying. So you have a couple of people with you, a couple of the Kakardans who know what they're doing. And Mr. Fost actually comes up behind you. Excuse me, Captain.
What's up?
I found an old document I think you might be interested in.
Yeah, what's that?
Well,
I'm gonna take it.
turns out before this thing was called the Void Breaker, it had a different name. You look at the data pad, and you see that it was originally called the Vanguard's Spear.
Cool.
Turns out this is actually a relic from one of the wars back in the day. Can't believe this thing was flying as strong as it was.
Makes sense. Queen kind of does your level of yeah, you'd get the hand me ass.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, I thought you just might find that interesting. I suppose you can call the ship whatever you want, but turns out it had a name before we even had it, so thought you might find that interesting.
You know, that's the thing about ships. They last longer than we are if you take care of them. I just kind of pat him on the gut, just like.
Too true, Captain. Anyway, I'll let you get back to it.
Yep. You get back to where you were.
Yes, sir. Captain. After that little bit, you do arrive on MSO6. Echo immediately has this angry look on his face. But as people start to file off, and the first people that they see, that he sees are Cell and Cider and Maud, his expression immediately lightens up. Oh my goodness. I didn't think you guys were going to be aboard this ship.
Howdy.
Cider, you're looking as fit as ever.
I try. Thank you.
Cell, you as grim as ever.
What?
Nothing. Tara, are you coming off the ship?
Yes. I'm sorry but yes,
I would-
Tara's coming off the ship, her face buried in a data pad, trying to just like connect some dots.
What?
Just
Tara?
Wi-Fi. Thank goodness.
Tara, what are... Wait. Tara, why are you with them?
Wait. Oh, it's a long story, Echo.
Wait,
Marcus around?
you went to Lothal?
Yeah?
Well, why didn't you say something? I would have told you about Lothal. I would have told you these guys were from there.
Tara blushes and just looks around like, I didn't know you knew, Echo. I'm sorry.
Fancy that. The information broker missed some information.
Well, I
Oh,
guess there ain't much point
Leave
to
her
it now.
alone. She she
Hey.
might not be that great at finding information, but at least she's a good pilot. Oh, I couldn't say that with a straight face.
Yeah, she was gone for a... Wait
a
a minute. You were gone for almost a month. How did you get that lost looking for Lothal?
Tara does not answer, walks straight past the people who are hassling her.
Please tell me my rifle's okay.
Tara stops, walks back on the ship, gives the rifle to Echo, and continues walking.
We stood there the whole time. Well, there you go.
So, you guys
But
took...
Doc,
I don't mind the docking fee. Hell, you took down the void breaker. Looks like it's y'all's ship now, as pretty as it could be.
yeah, more or less.
Well, I'll tell you this. Don't mind the fee. Just do me a favor and don't cause too much trouble this time around. Last time you guys were here, you ended up getting shot at a couple of times, and guess who had to come repair that?
Droids?
No, May. You know she doesn't like droids.
Yeah, you said yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well.
we should be fine now though.
Well, that's all I gotta say.
Well, as long as everything's okay, I'll get talking with Maud and see if we can't get this ship in a little bit more of a flying capacity. All right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She'll be. Yeah. And I feel like it's kind of like one of those things. Like the last few weeks have been nothing but Maud just telling us what to do and like how to do things her way, and was like, "All right, this is my ship. How's how I want it. This is like, I'm gonna like this is my ship."
And the Concordans are like fully on board with that. They're like, yes, it is your ship. Let us fix it for you. Like they are 100% okay with that.
The rest of us are just like, all right, just a day or so off the ship. But yeah, after that, like, I would go back. It's like, all right, why don't you head off? I'm gonna go check on Caval, see how she's doing, whether she wants to come off or anything.
I'm gonna go see my lady.
Yeah, we're gonna go deal with our respective ladies.
Yeah, hopefully she's in a better mood this time.
Yeah. I wouldn't mention the new girl yet. From what she said, it sounds like she's not exactly on good terms with her.
New girl?
You know,
Oh, Tara.
Yeah, Tara.
God, confused me for a minute. Yeah, maybe I will ask about her just to get some more dirt on her, because I still don't know a whole lot about her.
Rote screams in the background, "Notice me!"
Well, you. All right then. I'll see you back here in a little while.
Keep comms open. I'll let you know when I'm coming back.
Will do.
And I head off towards the armory.
Tara,
Yep.
you make it back to your office, and Marcus is there. And Marcus isn't looking really frantic or anything. He's just kind of clicking away, doing his business, and he's like, "Oh my God, you're back!"
It has been a minute, hasn't it?
More like several minutes, a couple of days, and a month of not hearing from you. Where have you been?
Marcus, I've been on Lothal, and they do not have access to the net. Unfortunately, it was very difficult to get a message anywhere.
I was just scared. All right, I don't know what to tell you. It just freaked me out. Okay.
That's understandable. I mean, I was a little scared too, to be quite honest. But hopefully we can get things back to a slightly more normal state.
Oh, that's perfectly fine, I suppose. I'm kind of glad I'm not running this all by myself anymore. And Marcus kind of rolls his eyes.
Leave the backlog with me. I'll handle what's come in the meantime. But I do have some assignments, and Tara wordlessly hands him the data pad that has that list of things she wanted to research when she got to. And I'll look and see if I need to get those resent to you, but I remember we talked about what Tara wanted to get to.
So he kind of looks over the list and kind of looks at a couple things. Well, I mean, this information isn't exactly difficult, but some of it seems kind of random. I'm guessing I'm guessing a lot of stuff went down on Lothal then.
Yes, we had quite a bit of trouble when it came to it. Oh, also, I'm going to need some credits. I had a gift for you that unfortunately got botched on the way in.
Okay. Well, we only have about 500,000 left in the coffers. I wouldn't recommend diving too much if you want to keep the business afloat.
Oh, I have an idea. I have a feeling we're going to be in much harder demand than we've ever been in just a few minutes.
Speaking of harder demands, there's something that's been there's something that you might find a little interesting.
Interesting.
Well, while you
Please
were
help.
while you were away, the entire station has been preoccupied with a message that's been coming from a certain little planet. Not Lothal of any kind, but it's been kind of confusing.
What planet, Marcus?
Well, the exact coordinates are somewhere on a forest planet called Yuval, but it's just kind of out of the middle of nowhere. It's the message that's more concerning. You see, we've been running the message through a language scanner to see if maybe it's some kind of code. The thing is, we haven't really been able to decipher what the code means yet. It's been playing almost all throughout MSO6. We just haven't been able to figure out what it is.
Send me a copy of the message, and I'll deal with it while I'm dealing with the rest of what's been going on in my absence. We need to do some reorganization.
Well, I have it playing right here if you want me to go ahead and play it for you.
Oh, that'll make things simpler. Sure.
He presses something on his data pad, and this is what you hear.
Cell? Cider? Body? Cell? Cider? Body?
Kara's eyes go very, very wide.
See, a lot of people have been thinking that maybe if we took the first letter of every word, so it was cell.
Oh, Marcus.
What do you mean it's not a code?
There's a lot to explain, but it's not a code. You said this was on your wall?
Yes, or at least that's where the message directed from.
Tara immediately opens her comms to Cell, Maudie, and Cider. I think I have a lead.
On
And
what?
that's where we're going to cut off to whoever wants to go next.
Actually, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
What the fuck?
What? Well,
Huh. Okay.
okay.
Well,
So okay.
Okay, so let me ask this question. Could you guys actually hear the entire message?
Yeah,
yeah,
it was like
I did.
crackling him saying us our names.
Yes.
It sounded like Tolkria.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know what you two are up to, but it's some shenanigans here.
This whole thing stinks.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone,
Let me be the
please.
first to say, Korea's not coming back.
No, absolutely not.
No, I think I got an idea.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say, everyone, please take 10 experience for the for dealing with the bowman in such a way. I'll say go ahead and take 15.
Cool.
And Cell, because you didn't have any conflict, you can go ahead and roll a d10. I'll let you manage your own morality. As a matter of fact, for dealing with the lightsaber in such a fashion, I'm going to say you actually gain, like, I don't know if it's good conflict or anything along that line, but whatever number you have, you can double it in a good way.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and roll my d10. That's a 7, so you said double it to 14?
Yes, sir.
Jesus. So that's so I'm at
Ryder's
83
much
now.
more of a good boy than Quinn now.
I'm 83.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead
Quinn
and
was
stop the
81.
recording. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.